But why don't we go back to where your journey began and just hear more about you and perhaps your journey to money and investing and really what drove that from an early age.
Yeah, okay. So from an early age, I mean, I'm a Sydney boy. I grew up in northwest Sydney, out in the burbs. My upbringing, I thought, was normal, I guess, like every kid does. And that upbringing was mum running around frantically after 4 kids, of which I'm the eldest, trying to run the business with Dad also running the business alongside her. And Dad would go out in the morning, fix things, and my job was to go to school and not get in trouble. So that business that they ran was a plumbing business essentially, and since then, both of my brothers have gone into plumbing. I've got a cousin who's gone into plumbing. My best mate from primary school days has gone into plumbing, and since Dad retiring from the plumbing business, he decided to go back to TAFE and teach plumbing. So why I'm not a plumber, I don't know. I do know a bit about plumbing. I know all the key rules. So the key rules, if I can remember them, hot's on the left. Shit flows downhill, payday's Thursday, and don't bite your fingernails. So if we need to get further into plumbing, let me know. But how did I end up where I am? I think probably learning the importance of money was part of it for me. And I remember Mum taking me to McDonald's after school, and I thought, fantastic, how good's this? And she turned to me and said, go in there and get an application form. My attitude changed pretty quickly, but I started working there, and I remember coming home after midnight, like 12:30 a.m. Mum would pick me up, and I earned, I think, $4.84 an hour. Wow. So I'd come home, I'd have less than $20 pre-tax money from that, and I would think, that was so hard to make that $20. There is no way I'm just going to spend this on something that I don't need. I think that got me into saving. And then once you have a little bit of success with saving, it becomes exciting because you see the number getting bigger. And there was a point where I moved that money into an online savings account, and they paid me a decent amount of interest. And I remember getting the bank putting $20 of interest in my account and thinking, I didn't have to do anything for that $20. It's free money. Yeah. I mean, how good's that? I've put nothing into this as opposed to the 4 hours at McDonald's. This is fantastic. So I think that got me interested in getting my money to earn me money as opposed to me going out and doing it myself. $20 a month is probably not enough to live on for most people, but it was exciting nonetheless. And so I think as I got later into high school and then eventually university, I started reading books on property investing largely because I'd seen my parents buying the family home and making money that way. But I couldn't afford a property, and that sort of led me to read books on stock marketing investing. So I developed a little bit of an interest there, and in late high school, everyone's trying to work out what they want to do for a job, and I realised, I guess I'm a little bit different from some people in my family in that I tend to be more of an observer, spend a lot of time thinking, I'm a bit more analytical and logical. So there's a very deliberate path in terms of me trying to work out what I could be good at. I also had an economics teacher who made economics really enjoyable in year 12, and we'd run through exercises where he'd split the class up into 2 halves, and he'd say, right, you're one side of Parliament, you're the other side of Parliament, here's a piece of legislation, I want you to debate against the pros and cons in an economic context. And I just was fascinated by